U.S. paid higher tariffs on wine going into the EU than the EU pays to sell wine in the U.S. when it's actually the reverse?
We're looking into all that.
Was he lying?
We're looking into all that stuff. I'm not an expert. By the end of the day, I hope to be an expert. Right now, I don't want to go there.
He had pretty terse words this morning for the French president after he called for the European army and said it was very insulting. So what's going on with that relationship, and why did the president saying all that now, 2 days after he came back from France, did he say all that to Emmanuel Macron in person?
Well, look, I wasn't there, and I wasn't in the bilat. As I understand it, I'll just say there were pluses and minuses in it, as I understand it. We look at one theme. I'll just say this is an economic theme. It's a trade theme. The president is looking after the United States and its interests, and when he talks about nationalism, that's what he's referring to. Nothing more. And I think that's a good thing, not a bad thing. I don't even know if he disagrees with President Macron, because I think President Macron himself was on several sides of that issues. So I'm just saying we're trying to look after our own interests, and that's the key point. And I got to say we're doing a pretty good job. The economy is very strong.
Did the president take President Macron's speech as a rebuke of his nationalist policies?
I think the president explained himself very clearly on all that.
Larry,
Yes.
on China, there's been some talk over the last few days there could be a tentative deal before the G20. How possible do you think that is, based on Mnuchin's work right now?
Oh, sorry. What I say on China is we are now communicating at all levels, and that's a very good thing. The president kind of reopened the China talks, which had, I won't say they stopped, but they slowed down when he called President Xi, and it's pretty clear now that at the G20 meeting in Argentina, there will be talks between the two leaders, and in their bilat and what other meetings, trade will be included. There are a lot of things on the list, but trade will absolutely be included. We didn't know that before. I think this is a very positive development. We're working, as I say, on background material and preparation. We're waiting for China to come back with some thoughts, and the process is ongoing.
Larry, can you talk about the kinds of auto tariffs that the president might be considering? We heard he'd had a meeting about that today.
I'm going to leave that. We're still looking into all that stuff. I don't really have anything to say on it right now.
Larry, there are rumors of turnover coming in the administration. Can you talk about whether you expect anyone to be leaving here shortly?
I have no idea. Honestly, it's not I'm not in the personnel thing.
What do you think?
I think I'm still here. I'll make it this afternoon. I hope. I love my job.
Is the White looking for concessions from China before the G20 talks?
It's a tough question. Concessions, we would like to hear from them some responses to the things we've asked for in the last, 5 or 6 or 7 months, ever since I got here and we went to Beijing and so forth. And again, many key points on the list. This is nothing new. IP theft is crucial. The forced transfer of technology from American companies is crucial. The whole ownership issue is crucial. Well, American companies, can't own their own companies. These joint ventures are quite unfair. There's been a lot of cases of cyber hacking now into American companies. Another example, there's stealing technology from Micron, which I think is very important, and I think we expect to prosecute that. And then, of course, the bigger and broader issue is China has high tariffs and or non-tariff barriers on commodities, industrial supplies. So, I could go on, but those are some of the key points, and we are going to talk about that now and at the G20. I think it's fair to say we would like to get China's response. We really never have.
The president said yesterday that the Democrats were going to investigate what's creating headaches in the stock market. Do you share that assessment? Do you think that that's why we saw stocks fall yesterday? And if so, what's your prediction going down the road of how markets are going to react to new reality here?
Well, no prediction, but I used to be in that business, but I'm going to stay out of that. Look, I think the president's point here is: are we going to have a constructive session of Congress in the next year or two, where we get some important things done, including infrastructure, but many other things as well, possibly. We want to keep the pro-growth policies in place, and I think the point he raised is, are we going to be serious or not serious? And he said that before. And that uncertainty probably is part of the architecture of the stock market correction, though I would say there are many factors there.
Have you spoken with him at all about the possible economic impact of his tweet yesterday, sort of needling the Saudis over oil supply and ongoing sanctions against over the Khashoggi?
I have, but those are private conversations. Other questions?
Can you elaborate on your view of why you thought Peter Navarro might have been speaking out of turn about China?
Well, look, the president. First of all, the president can talk to anybody he wants, without labels or insults or other things that I don't even want to go into. Those are good people, not bad people. He talks. President talks to a lot of people, inside the White House and outside the White House, and he has, and I think that makes him, a very effective executive. And it's up to him, not anybody else, who he talks to and which advice he accepts. And the president himself launched or reopened the China talks, which, as I said, had been almost zero. So Mr. Navarro, who is a personal friend, this isn't personal, but I'm just saying Peter misspoke. He wasn't authorized. He was off track. He doesn't represent the president on this. And let's just move on. Let's just move on.
Has he been reprimanded for that? Has he been spoken to about his...
Let's move on this. It's not that. A couple more and I got to run. Yes, ma'am. We're going to have a vote. It's an important point you raise that. The only thing I say is we're not allowed to call it that. It has to be the USMCA. Very important branding change. Thank you. My take is if Democrats really want to help working men and women, blue collars, whatever, working men and women, they will support NAFTA because it's a very good deal. It's a blue collar deal and it's a white collar deal. The car people benefit from this. The car workers, auto workers benefit from this. Intellectual property rights benefits, financial services benefits. A lot of things, good things are happening. So my point is, hopefully the Democrats will stay on the theme of backing working men and women. And if they look at it that way, the thing will pass, because that was how it's designed. I got to run. Not only am I freezing and you are too, I got another meeting. More to be revealed. Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Larry.